One. Hi, I'm David Gedalovich. This is Leaders Around the World, a space that I created around a year ago to interview people with amazing ideas and are executing their plans and are, in my eyes, they are leaders in their in their way in their field. So today I'm with Beth. How are you, Beth?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good, Baruch Hashem. So tell me a little bit more about yourself, Beth. Where are you from? Where do you live? And what do you do? What's your business? What's your idea?
Okay, great. My name is Beth Finkelman Yosef Zadeh. I'm originally from New York. I made Aliyah back in 2009. I served in the Army as a tetzpitanit, and afterwards I went back to America and I started studying in Columbia University. Um, while I was there, I really got really involved in like the self-serve culture of the States, self-serve frozen yogurt. And I just felt like it was a really fun experience that didn't exist in Israel. And also I was there, I missed being back in Israel. So I ended up leaving Colombia, coming back to Israel, studying in pastry school while figuring out how to open up this self-serve idea and something that I really wanted to bring to the self-serve concept was the idea of natural yogurt. So everything we made on site from fresh natural ingredients. Most places, both here and in the States, use powders or premixed bases. We tried to limit that as much as we could and only used fresh local ingredients as much as possible.
So you have a self-serve ice cream, frozen yogurt place right now in Israel, right?
So in Israel, yeah, in Jerusalem, I opened up about 2 years ago. Unfortunately, due to corona-related issues, I needed to leave my current location, but I am currently, just kind of seeing when the economy is going to improve and where and when I can reopen. And in the meantime, I have my little yogurt machine at home and I'm experimenting with flavors and different types of yogurt and ice cream and sorbets and all different types of things.
Was that the only or the first self-serve frozen yogurt place in Israel?
So there was a self-serve place a long time ago where they imported all the products from America, and it was also powders, and it was done by weight. And one of the things that I learned during the market research stage was the weight, pay by weight concept. It wasn't going to work for Israelis. So that's something that we changed, and we saw a lot of success with it. When we opened, we were the only self-serve place. The other place was years before us and didn't survive past a year.
And right now, have other places opened up since you
Of
started?
self-serve? No.
Wow, so you're a real innovator in a big country. That's great. And what I really like about your idea, Beth, I've been in selfies in your place. I mean, before you close before of Corona, and it's really good because you have all the toppings like in the United States, which is for me the biggest perk, that you can put whatever you want in your ice cream and make your own ice cream and make however you want it and mix different flavors, which is great. I didn't know the natural thing, and which makes it even better. That I didn't know that it was like a healthier option than any other or than most of ice cream shops and frozen yogurt shops, which makes it even better. So that's great. I mean, how did you start it? Like you had an idea, and you told me that you went to study in pastry school, and you wanted to start something. You weren't sure like what to start. What brought you the idea to start that specifically, that like ice cream frozen yogurt shop, and instead of something else that is self-serve or?
Oh, that's a great question. In the beginning, I had a friend that came to me that also wanted to come back to Israel, and we kind of were in Colombia together, and we bonded over the self-serve idea. And we came together, we started it together, but unfortunately, like, she went on to do other things and I stayed with the business. But it really was kind of a joint effort between us, to kind of formulate the idea and come to Israel and really start it.
Was that the main reason why you came back to Israel? Like to
No,
start
I was looking. I hated being back in the States. That's really the truth. And I was looking, I really wanted to open up a business. I've always felt that inclination to be, an entrepreneur. My father started his own business and he's someone I really look up to. And it's always something that I aspired to do. The question really was more for me, what am I going to do? What can I bring? What can I change? What can I innovate? And this self-serve idea just kind of, something I really loved and didn't exist here. And I loved being in Israel and I love self-serve. So it just seemed natural.
Did you see that most of your clients were Americans or Israelis?
So Israelis are, as a culture, they're slower to adapt to new products. They're a little bit more apprehensive. They really like their old ways, which is funny because we are the startup nation, but at the same time, culturally, we're a people that's slower to adapt to things. So I knew when I was opening that I needed to open up in a more American area so I can get the gap year students, the American expats, people who are familiar with the concept and that were looking for this concept. But slowly we were getting the Israelis in. We had a huge promotion over the summer with an Israeli food blogger that really got a lot of Israelis into the store and excited about the concept. So we were seeing before Corona an increase in sales from the Israeli population.
I also noticed in like when I went to Selfies that you have a lot of space. Like it's not very common in Israel, in maybe Aroma, maybe some coffee shops, but it was a great place to chill, to work, to stay. Was that part of the idea, or it just came with that you found that space?
That kind of came with the space. When we were looking, we looked at a whole bunch of different places, and when we found the space, we got a good deal on it. And the vision kind of changed because of that. We wanted to create like a hangout space, a place to relax, a place people can come. We wanted to make it a destination because really self-serve it's an experience and it's an activity. So we wanted to combine that kind of with just really fun, clean, nice place to sit, to play games. We had our swing that people would, had to it gave a playful vibe to it. People loved it. They loved taking pictures on it. And there was no other place in the shuk where really people could sit and relax and, enjoy their food. So that was part of it, when we found the space.
Very nice. And I'm sure, as you said, I mean, the other 16 handles, for example, it's true, it's an activity. Like it's the activity to serve yourself your ice cream and also to chill and to stay there for a while. Very different to what you see in the shuk, in the area that Selfies is in, that it's more like just come and basically eat, very like not a lot of space, and I'm sure that you got a lot of clients like wanting a more comfortable and a more like chill place that Selfies was or is still is. So to end this interview, I really wanted to wrap up. I really wanted to ask you like a more personal question. That is, what do you recommend? Like what motivates you? Because it's really hard. I've been an entrepreneur myself. Sometimes you don't see the money coming. Sometimes you have to put a lot of money, a lot of effort. You're working 12 hours, sometimes 14, 15, 16, without seeing any result. And it takes time. You opened 2 years ago, and now the Israelis are starting coming in. I'm sure a lot of Americans were coming in, but it's hard. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of motivation. So what advice do you give the people to maintain and keep motivated? Someone that wants to start a business, what do you advise those people?
Well, I mean, I would say, like you said, it's very difficult, but you need to kind of just keep pushing forward. even through those down times, and you're going to feel those times where like, oh, is it better to give up? Should I continue this? And every entrepreneur, I think, has that doubt and, you know, has those feelings. And sometimes, you know, it could be a few months where they're having those feelings, but they're pushing forward. And I think that's really, you know, where, you know, the success comes. It's to keep pushing forward because you believe in your dream despite your doubts, because in everything that you do, there's risks. But there's a reason you're doing this. You believe in your idea, you believe in, you know, your product, and that's what you have to keep thinking about, even though these doubts are running constantly through your head.
All right, Beth. I want to congratulate you, first of all, because you're a true innovator. Like, it's very easy in Israel, at least, to open a falafel shop or a shawarma shop, or like to do everything that everyone else is doing. You did something new. You try to bring an American idea or more international from other countries to Israel, and try to teach the market, which takes much more effort than just opening. And you tried to kind of reinvent the wheel, not reinvent it, but like teach the Israelis how to use the wheel, and which takes a lot of effort. And I really admire you, and I admire your efforts. And right now, for the last part of the interview, I want to ask you, how can you help? How can we help? Like, what can we do to make selfies more successful? Right now, I know that you're like in a break, or maybe to like your Facebook page, to like your Instagram page. Like now in this time of reinventing yourself or reinventing your business, how can we help? How can we make of selfies a more successful business?
Oh, thank you so much. I mean, I think, yeah, like our Facebook page, like our Instagram, follow us, make suggestions as well. I'm here experimenting, you know, with different flavors. Tell me what you want when we reopen, and stay involved with us, and, you know, keep, you know, following, and don't forget about us, basically. We're here. We're just on a break.
I'm sure you created a strong enough brand recognition. I know that in the American market, at least, I've been into conversation. Everyone knows about selfies. Some people have been, some people have not, but at least they know, which is a great job that you did. And hopefully it will just grow, and everyone is going to know, not only the Americans, but also everyone else is going to know about selfies, and it's going to grow big. And I'm sure that they didn't forget you. I'm sure they didn't forget you. I heard someone that was talking that it's a known thing that when you go to seminary or you go to yeshiva, selfies is a place to go. It's one of the places. And like Hajj and selfies, and it's one of those places where you have to go. When you're seminary, you have to visit that place at least one time, even if you're not in Jerusalem. So it's something great that you did. And again, congratulations. I'm gonna go ahead, like your page if I haven't done it. I think I did. And I invite everyone to do so. Thank you so much, Beth, for the time and for your motivation and inspiration. You're great.
Thank you.
Bye.